I want you to picture something. Late summer. You walk out to your garden, and you stop dead in your tracks. Tomatoes hanging heavy. Beans spilling off the vine. Zucchini everywhere. Corn tasseling. Sweet potatoes bulging up through the soil. That garden is possible, and it starts with what you plant right now. But if you wait, if you keep pushing it to next weekend, the window closes, and you'll spend the rest of the season buying the food you could have been growing. The window is open right now. This video is your sign to use it. Welcome back to Nature and Green Focus, where we help you grow more food, waste less space, and get the absolute most out of every season. Today we are covering 9 crops that need to go in the ground right now, not next week. Now, for each one, I'll tell you what makes it perfect for this moment in the season, the best variety to choose, and the one tip that makes all the difference. Quick favor before we start. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button now. We drop practical growing content every single week, and you do not want to miss what's coming next. Let's get into it, starting with the most underrated crop in the summer garden. Crop 1, beans. Beans. I know. Stay with me. Beans are one of the smartest things you can plant right now, and here's why. The soil is warm, which means seeds germinate fast, 8 to 10 days, and you've got seedlings. Bush bean varieties like Provider and Contender go from seed to harvest in 50 to 60 days. That is fresh beans on your table by late summer from a seed you put in the ground today. Want continuous harvest instead of one big flush? Succession plant. Sow a row now, another row in 2 weeks, another 2 weeks after that. You'll have beans coming in steadily all season long instead of drowning in 40 pounds all at once. And here is the bonus most people miss. Beans fix nitrogen. They pull it from the air and feed it back into your soil. Every other plant you grow in that spot after the beans will perform better because of them. If you want to try something different, plant Royal Burgundy. Stunning purple pods that turn bright green the moment you cook them. Your dinner table will thank you. Beans right now. Do not skip them. Crop 2, zucchini. Zucchini. Plant this now, and in 6 to 8 weeks, you will have more food than you know what to do with. One healthy plant can push out 6 to 10 pounds of fruit in a season. Your neighbors will start avoiding you. That is the zucchini experience, and it is glorious. 3 things to get right. Space them properly, at least 3 feet apart. Crowded zucchini gets powdery mildew. Give them room and give them airflow. Watch your pollination. If baby zucchini keep shriveling before they develop, bees aren't doing the job. Grab a small paintbrush in the morning, transfer pollen from a male flower to a female flower, and that's it. Problem solved. Pick early and pick often. 6 to 8 inches is your sweet spot. Leave them to grow massive, and the plant slows down. Keep picking, and it keeps producing all season. Crop 3, cucumbers. Cucumber prices jumped over 33% last year. 33% for something you buy every single week, where you could grow your own and pay nothing. Cucumbers love warmth, and right now the soil is giving them exactly what they need. Seeds go in now, and you are harvesting in 50 to 70 days. That is late summer cucumbers from today's planting. Grow them vertically if you can. Up a trellis, a fence, a bamboo frame, it doesn't matter. Vertical cucumbers get better airflow, less disease, and easier harvesting. It also saves you enormous amounts of ground space. The one thing that kills cucumber crops, inconsistent watering. Cucumbers are 96% water. Let the soil dry out and come back, dry out and come back, and you get bitter fruit and blossom drop. Mulch around a base, water deeply every few days, and keep it steady. Do that, and cucumbers will produce for months. Best varieties right now. Straight 8, Space Master for smaller gardens, and Market More if you want a workhorse that just does not stop. Crop 4, sweet corn. There is nothing on this planet that tastes like corn pulled from your own garden and eaten within an hour. Nothing. The corn at the grocery store was harvested days ago. The moment corn is picked, its sugars start converting to starch. Within 24 hours, a significant amount of that sweetness is already gone. Your garden corn goes from stalk to pot in under an hour. That difference is everything. Now, corn needs to be planted in blocks, not rows. Corn is wind-pollinated. The pollen drops from the tassel at the top and has to land on the silks below. In a single row, That pollen blows sideways and is wasted. Plant in a block, minimum 4 rows wide, and the plants pollinate each other properly. Full, heavy, beautiful ears. Skip the block and you get patchy, half-filled ears that genuinely disappoint. Choose varieties in the 70 to 85-day range. Honey and cream, peaches and cream, and incredible are all reliable performers that deliver sweet, tender corn without needing a long season. One feeding of nitrogen-rich fertilizer when plants reach knee height makes a noticeable difference to ear size. Feed them once. Watch them respond. Crop 5, tomatoes. The king. And if you have not planted tomatoes yet, stop watching this video after this section and go plant them today. That is how serious this is. Here is the honest truth about tomatoes right now. You are not planting from seed at this point. The season is too short for that. You need transplants. Established seedlings from a nursery or garden center, ready to go straight into the ground. Find the most advanced plants you can, get them home, and get them in the soil today. Variety selection matters enormously right now. For this late in the window, go with determinate varieties. Roma, Celebrity, and Rutgers are all reliable. They grow to a set size, set fruit in a concentrated window, and ripen before the season ends. If you want cherry tomatoes, Sweet 100 and Sun Gold are heat-tolerant, fast-producing, and will keep pumping out fruit until frost. Planting technique: bury them deep. Strip the lower leaves and plant 2/3 of the stem underground. Tomatoes grow roots all along their buried stem. More roots means a stronger, more drought-resilient plant that handles summer heat far better. Mulch heavily. Water at the base, never the leaves. Deep and frequent watering over shallow daily watering every time. And never let them dry out completely between waterings. Consistency is everything with tomatoes. Get them in the ground today, not tomorrow. Today. Crop 6, beets. Beets give you 2 harvests from one planting. The root, sweet, earthy, incredible roasted or pickled. And the greens, completely edible, nutritious, and delicious sautéed like chard. One plant, 2 vegetables. That is exceptional value from a single seed. Beets go in right now as a direct sow. They do not transplant well, so put the seed straight into the ground where they will grow. They germinate in warm soil within 5 to 10 days and reach harvest in 55 to 70 days. One thing most guides skip. What looks like a single beet seed is actually a cluster of 2 to 4 seeds fused together. Even if you sow thinly, you will need to thin seedlings once they emerge. Thin to 3 to 4 inches apart. Crowded beets produce small deformed roots. Give them space, and they give you beautiful round globes. Best varieties: Kyaja for those stunning red and white candy cane rings inside, and Cylindra for a long cylindrical root that is perfect for even slicing. Low maintenance, low pest pressure, fast reward. Beets belong in your garden right now. Crop 7, butternut squash. Butternut squash is the crop that feeds you long after the garden season ends. Harvest in autumn, and those dense, sweet, hard-shell beauties will sit in your pantry for 3 to 6 months. A planting right now gives you an October harvest that feeds your family through winter. That is not a vegetable. That is food security. Butternut needs 80 to 100 days to maturity, which is exactly why now is the right time. The timing aligns perfectly with cooling autumn temperatures, which actually improves the flavor. A light frost before harvest pulls more sugar into the flesh. Your squash gets sweeter as it cures. If you have space, let the vines sprawl. They can spread 8 to 10 feet in every direction, and one plant can give you 4 to 8 squash. If space is tight, grow vertically on a strong trellis and support each fruit with a simple sling made from an old t-shirt or mesh netting. Water consistently while the squash are forming, then ease off as they approach maturity. Too much moisture late in the season means soft fruit that won't store. Plant now. Harvest in autumn. Eat well all winter. Crop 8. Lettuce and leafy greens. Mixed green prices are up over 36% compared to last year. And a single $2 seed packet covers a 4-foot row and replaces $15 worth of salad bags. The maths makes itself. Now, the common objection here is that it is too hot for lettuce. And in full sun with the wrong variety, that is true. But get three things right, and lettuce in the summer garden is one of the fastest, most rewarding wins you will have all season. First, location. Afternoon shade is everything for summer lettuce. Under taller crops, on the east side of a fence, anywhere that gets morning sun but escapes the harshest afternoon heat. That shade drops soil temperature just enough to keep lettuce productive. Second, variety. Forget delicate butterhead types in this heat. Go with heat-tolerant romaine and summer crisp varieties. Jericho romaine was literally bred for hot conditions. Nevada and Sierra resist bolting better than almost anything else you will find. Third, the cut and come again method. Do not pull the whole plant. Cut just the outer leaves and leave the center growing point intact. It regrows. You harvest again in a week. One sowing feeds you for 4 to 6 weeks continuously. Succession, sow every 2 to 3 weeks. Keep a small patch going at all times. Fresh salad on demand for the cost of seeds. Crop 9, sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes might be the most surprising crop on this list, and honestly the one I am most excited to talk about. Because sweet potatoes are a summer crop by design. They do not want cold soil. They do not want cool nights. They want warmth, warm soil, warm air, a long sunny season. And right now, they have all of it. Sweet potatoes grow from slips, not seeds. A slip is a small rooted shoot that you plant directly into loose, well-draining soil. They establish fast in the warmth, send out beautiful trailing vines above ground, and below ground, they are quietly building those dense, sweet roots over 90 to 120 days. Plant now, and you're pulling harvest in October, right when the weather cools and you want warm, hearty meals on the table. 2 tips that make a real difference. 1. Loose soil is non-negotiable. Sweet potato roots need room to expand in every direction. Compacted or heavy clay soil means small, stunted, misshapen roots. If your soil is heavy, mount it up and work in plenty of compost before you plant. 2. Black plastic mulch for the first few weeks. Lay it over the soil after planting. It absorbs heat, keeps soil temperature elevated, and supercharges early root development. Once the vines are established and running, you can remove it and let them spread naturally. And here is what nobody tells you about the harvest. Digging up sweet potatoes is one of the most satisfying moments in the entire growing year. You reach into the soil and pull out these beautiful, smooth, rose-colored roots one after another. More than you expected, bigger than you expected, and you realize that this one planting is going to feed your family for months. That feeling is worth every minute of the season. You now have 9 crops. But here is the thing. Knowing what to plant is only half the picture. Knowing how to plant them together is what takes a productive garden and makes it exceptional. It is called companion stacking. You layer crops together so they support each other, share space efficiently, and naturally improve each other's growth. 3 combinations that work brilliantly right now. Tomatoes and lettuce. Plant your tomatoes. Then sow lettuce in the shade on the north side of the tomato plants, the space that would otherwise go to waste. The tomatoes provide the afternoon shade that keeps the lettuce cool and bolt-resistant. The lettuce acts as a living mulch around the tomato base, holding moisture and suppressing weeds. Both crops benefit. Neither competes. Beans and beets. Beans fix nitrogen. Beets love nitrogen. Plant them in alternating rows, and the beans feed the beets all season. Beans grow vertically, beets stay low. Neither shades the other out. You are using every inch of horizontal and vertical space simultaneously. Corn, beans, and squash. The 3 sisters, one of the oldest and most proven companion planting combinations in history. Corn grows tall and gives the beans something to climb. Beans fix nitrogen and feed the corn and squash. Squash spreads low, covers the soil, holds moisture, and suppresses weeds. 3 crops, 1 space, perfectly balanced. Same garden, same effort, double the output. Stack your crops. 9 crops, beans, zucchini, cucumbers, sweet corn, tomatoes, beets, butternut squash, leafy greens, and sweet potatoes. Plus a stacking strategy that ties them all together. Now here is what I want to know from you. Drop a comment right now. Which one of these 9 are you most excited to plant? I read every single comment, and I genuinely want to know what is going into your garden this season. And if you're already growing some of these, tell me how they are doing. Your experience helps other growers in this community more than you know. If this video gave you something useful, if you walked away with even one thing that changes what you do in your garden this week, please hit the like button. It takes 1 second. It tells the algorithm this content is worth sharing. And it helps us reach more growers who need exactly this kind of practical, honest growing advice. Subscribe if you have not already. Every single week we are here. Planting guides, soil tips, pest control, harvesting strategies, season extension, everything you need to grow more food with more confidence and less guesswork. And share this video. Send it to someone who has been meaning to start their garden. Post it in a growing group. Because the best thing about growing food is doing it alongside people who love it as much as you do. This is Nature and Green Focus. Happy planting. I will see you in the next one.